Now, was I wrong about Chiburi? Now, Chiburi or Chiburi is the way in which you, at the end of a samurai sword or whatever you want to call it, kata, you flick the blood from the blade and put it back in. Now, for years I've said I think this is more ceremonial. I didn't really happen in real life, and that we have documentation from this book, or this series of books called the Book of Samurai. We had documentation that actually used tenagui and clean the blood, or you would use the back of your sandal, or you would use paper with dirt in it to get rid of the blood, because flicking it off doesn't clean the blade and you put it in. So in Chiburi, people go flick, put it in. But recently, I'm half wrong and half right, I think. I've been reading this by Eric Shahan, which is The Complete Martial Arts of Japan, and it was written in the late 1800s, and written in the late 1800s by a man who was collecting most of the samurai stuff. So it's The Complete Martial Arts of Japan, and it's got all the sort of like the late 1800s drawings in. But there's also the sword dance, which is the kata of the kata of dancing with a sword ceremoniously to go through the warrior traditions. And nobody today that I know of does the samurai sword dance. I saw it once in an old documentary. I don't remember the name. It was a World War II documentary, and to this day I cannot find it. And it was a documentary where they showed how the Japanese were sword dancing, were ready to go into battle, and it was like this, like modern not like traditional English sword dances, but in Japan with the katana, and they were doing stuff, and I was dying to find it since then. And in Eric's book, it talks about the sword dance, and one section here of the sword dance is after you've ceremoniously cut someone's head off. It says, when you are carrying a chigatana, or a katana drenched in blood, what you do is you don't have time to clean it straight away. You do big swipes in the air, left and right. So you go left, right to get rid of the blood, and you stop it, and then stop it so the blood shakes off. And then you take up the tenagui from one of the enemy dead laying about, and you draw the katana through it while reciting Tachimachi Sukyo Hisage, which means presenting the enemy's severed head forthwith. Then you sheath your katana and form a fist with your right hand and pretend you are holding the head of a severed warrior. So basically, this could be the link, because this is, I think it was written in the Meiji, to be honest, just early Meiji, but it's from a samurai who's late Edo. So of course, you have to really look at things when they're written early Meiji, because it's actually samurai stuff. So we have it's this weird crossover that we see as a divide, but actually the samurai are still themselves, you know what I mean? It's like me, suddenly life changes and me not remembering what happened before the year 2000, of course I remember. So what we might have here is the link between killing someone and just going flapping the blood off, then getting a cloth and doing that, or your back of your shoe, cleaning it and putting it away, all the way to Iai kata. Yup. Like, there's something missing in the middle, and that of course is maybe this, which is the ceremonial dance, where it's like you go 1, 2, take up a cloth, clean it, put it back, lift up the decapitated head. So I always thought Chiburi was redundant and was a samurai form of ritual, but it might actually form a practical function. Flip, clean, done. If you're interested in Eric's work, have a look at that. If you're interested in my work, you're looking at this, the Book of Samurai. So this was written in the late 1800s. This is written in the mid to late 1600s. So a couple of hundred years between them. Sorry, I came over all funny then. Right, okay, guys. I hope you enjoyed that. Let me know what you think below. Chiburi, have we found something through Eric's research, which is excellent, and you can follow Eric on Instagram by following Shinobu Books. Not Shinobi, Shinobu Books, and get in there.